Good afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you're at. So today we need to kind of explain how one of these systems we've implemented is going to work, just to make sure that it's clear. I won't be covering everything that's in the upcoming patch though. In the upcoming update there are some things I will not show that will be in there. So mainly today we'll be talking about inventory. Basic thing that I want to talk about is we have added a new slot to the player. Not a big thing, but there is a waste slot now that will store a fanny pack. And you can either craft a fanny pack or you can find fanny packs in the world. It gives you a few extra slots. So as all of you know, one of the biggest complaints that we see all the time on Steam and even in the Discord channel, and we feel that it is warranted, is lack of storage space in the game. So we are adding more storage space to base building in this update. So what we've done in this update, we've actually changed it to now where you can have 4 small crates in your base. And these are both 10. These are all 10. So this gives you 40 slots right there you can use. And then for large crates, we are allowing 2 large crates now. So you can place 2 large crates down. And these have been increased from 20 to 25 slots. So they're a little bit larger as well. So this will allow you to store up to 90 items in your crate. That's when we're looking into doing dedicated storages in the future. Most likely stuff to store food, something else maybe to store weapons and so forth. So it's likely that we'll still have additional storage come online that is very specialized, where you can only store certain types of things in it. So those are the main base building changes. There'll be another one I'll talk about here in a minute. So this is one of the new buildings we released an image of, and this is the actual location of one of them you'll find in the game. It is an Amalgamated branded building. There you go. And there are several, I shouldn't say several, there are a few of these around the map. The purpose of these is for another storage system we're adding. We wanted something that's kind of unique to our game. We didn't want to just copy other games, just throw in just tons of crates or something like that that a lot of the other games have done. We want something that kind of fits the world and kind of the game lore and all that type of stuff. So that's why it's amalgamated themed. Alright, so let me go and show what's in here. So inside of these buildings, you'll find some of these stands. They're amalgamated kiosks. And you'll notice that it has the Steam logo on it and also an insert coin there. So let me show you kind of the way this works. You'll notice there's an amalgamated kiosk that has storage slots on the left side. And on the right side on your character, anything in white, it will allow you to store inside of an amalgamated kiosk. In order to interact with a kiosk, it costs money in the game, which you find in the game world. We're not selling this. This is stuff you find as you're playing the game. It goes through your inventory and figures out the total amount of coins that you have on these ledger-style devices. That's what this was that we shared another image of. So to interact with it, it will take this in-game money and use that. And like I said, you get these from AI, you can get these from searching couches, you can get these from, sometimes they'll spawn in vehicles and so forth, but they're all in-game. So if you go and look at your Steam inventory, you'll see these items that'll appear in there as you interact with the kiosk. And as a quick example of that, this is one I'm currently using right now. And you can see I have one guide that's showing up in my kiosk, and on the Steam inventory it shows there's one as well that's sitting in there. So you can use these to store items as you run around the world, but they do cost these coins you have to find. You just easily get something out, you just come in here and you drag it back. You can drag it over here if you want, and it pops it back into your inventory and deducts 1 coin. So you can use this entire system if you want, if you don't want to go through the base building process or whatever. There's a couple of things that this is very good for. If you want to trade, for example, you're playing on a server and the server's going away, or for whatever reason you want to transfer to another server, you can go to another server and start withdrawing those items on the server if you want. So it gives you kind of a way of transferring stuff across servers should you choose to do so. However, there is an option that will allow somebody that's on a whitelisted server to turn that off. So if a server renter wants just the pure Miscreated experience, he can disable that. So from his server, you won't be able to store or retrieve anything from the Steam inventory service on that server. This is stuff that's being stored outside of the game world essentially, and so this stuff is safe. If I die, I can come back in here and get my stuff back out if I want to store it in here. There is a refresh button, so for example on Steam, if there's some reason you need to refresh, you just click the button, it'll refresh from Steam and show you what's there. So what we're also going to allow people to do if they want is some of the items you can trade and sell. We're not going to be trading and selling these in-game items ourselves. These are up to you players to decide. If you players want to Sell these to other players, you're welcome to do it. We're not going to kind of get involved with that at all. You guys pick the prices for them and the market value and everything, just like a lot of other items on Steam. And then for some things won't be fully supported in this update. For example, the melee weapons have to be 100% repaired before they can be stored. The repair system will hopefully be coming in the next update. Yeah, I could get shot in the back right now, for example. But anything in the kiosk is safe. Anything in my inventory, I could be looted just like anything else. All the crafting guides in the game, you'll be able to buy and sell those. If somebody finds the storage guide and wants to sell it online, they can sell it to other players. That's up to them. The coins cannot be stored in the kiosk. The coins are per player. So as you're playing, you'll collect the coins and you can use those coins to interact with the kiosk. But if you die or you go to another server, you'll need to collect coins again by playing the game before you can withdraw items on another server. Yeah, multiple people can interact with the box at once. This is tied to your own personal Steam inventory. Yes, you can store coins in your base. The coins are just like any other item. So you can go store these in your base if you want and keep the coins in your base for you and your clanmates or whatever. Backpacks you can store in the Steam inventory as well, as long as they're empty. Same with a pistol, for example. You can see the pistols highlighted, the backpacks highlighted. In order to store them, those have to be empty. You can't have a magazine or anything inside the duffel bag. And almost everything is non-tradable and non-markable. Let me make sure that's clear. So for example, weapons, ammunition, all those items you cannot sell on the Steam store. You cannot buy those items. Those are for you, for your personal use. You can store them in there and get them back out yourself, or if you want to go to another server, go to another server and withdraw those, if you want to transfer and play with other friends or something. There's only a few items that you can actually buy and sell. So you can buy and sell crafting guides. Then kind of seasonal items like the jack-o'-lantern will be sellable. The gnomes you can sell on the Steam store. Just kind of those more vanity style items is the idea that you can sell and trade on the Steam store. So one other thing here I wanted to mention. So like I said, there are these static ones you can find around the map. So you don't have to create a base to interact with these. If you purely want to use the kiosk system, you can just do that directly. However, we've also added a metal base part. So these are a metal base part that will spawn around the world at random, just like the other metal parts. And if you happen to find one, you can get a vehicle and drag this back to your base and put the kiosk in your base. And it'll work just like any other kiosk. It's for your own inventory, but it's more of a convenient system to where you can take it back to your base and use it there as well. Alright, let me look through for questions here. Do you have to power it? No, not right now in the base. That's probably something we will do at some point, but right now you don't have to power these. Are they rare to find? Yeah, they're pretty rare. They're about as rare as the gatehouse. There is a new vehicle coming in the update. I don't want to sidetrack too much. You guys will have a lot of fun on it. You cannot craft the kiosk. No, you have to find them and drag them back. Is the storage payment per day? It's just a one-off charge. It costs, whatever the amount is when you put it in, and then it can stay there forever. Oh yeah, something else that somebody reminded me of in our developer chat is if there is a kiosk in a base, only the members of the clan can access that kiosk. So somebody comes in, raids your base, they can't use your kiosk to sell your items that they've looted. Yeah, the space on the left is available inventory space, but it's kind of hard to see, but there are pages down here. So you can have, many pages of items. I'm not aware of any limit in Steam. So if Steam will let you put 1,000 items in there, you can put 1,000 items in there. When are you getting the update? Soon. We're just doing some final testing. Snapping with base building, we've discussed this a lot. Yes, we do want to add it, but it will be an option. You'll be able to place stuff freely like today, and then hopefully the way we'd like it to work is you just hold down a key and they kind of snap if you want to do it that way as well. But keep in mind that one of the reasons we did add the coins is to kind of control how quickly people can store stuff. You're not going to want to be storing all kinds of garbage in there because it will cost coins. So you actually have to play the game, go find the coins, and then you can use those coins to store and retrieve stuff. The inventory as the Fanny pack. Yeah, they're just typical Fanny packs though. There we go. There you go. That's what they look like. That one has 3 slots in it, and that's the new waste slot there. All right, so let me drop my coins, for example. All right, so it still shows me, but if I try to drag anything in now, it tells me I have insufficient coins for the transaction, and I also can't retrieve anything back out. So you do have to have the coins in order to use the system. It's supposed to kind of simulate cryptocurrency, so there are ledger-style devices today that store cryptocurrency on them, and so it's kind of the same type of an idea. Yeah, most things will be 1 coin, some things will be more. So be aware of that, and I think that's something we'll adjust over time based on if somebody's, If we feel like it's getting heavily abused, we may put a limit on it or increase the cost of some items to be stored. But so for example, I currently have the pistol set to 5 coins, so that one would cost 5 to store it and 5 more to retrieve it. Reduce vehicle storage. We are definitely talking about that, kind of see what we want to do there. I don't know if we'll completely remove inventory from cars or not, but we'll see. But I do think it will be adjusted. Will servers wipe for this patch? No. How many kiosks on a server? I think it's 4 or 5 buildings around the map that have kiosks in them. You cannot place coins in the kiosk, no. But like I said, this is a new system, so hopefully I explained it somewhat well on the way it's going to work. And be aware, if you don't like it, I apologize. We're trying a kind of a new game mechanic here and see how it works out. But we will be monitoring it and adjusting it if needed. The best way to do it is get on Discord, give us feedback. Don't say it sucks. Say why you don't like it or why you like it, and we can take that into consideration. But please wait to give feedback until after you've played it for a while and you've tested it and you kind of understand how it works. All right, guys, thank you for your time, and we'll get this patch out this update as quickly as possible. Like I said, we're just in final testing now, and we'll see how it goes. So expect it, relatively soon. Goodbye.